Hi everybody, and welcome to Flip These Cards. My name is Zia Mara, and welcome to our very first pick a pile. Today we're gonna be looking into what we need to finish off 2020 with, and what we should be improving within ourselves for 2021. So, like I said earlier, we have three piles. We have Amethyst, Rose Quartz, and Amazonite. So if you just want to take a moment right now and pause the video and reflect on each one of these crystals, we can come back in a second and go into the reading. Welcome pile 1, we have Amethyst, and so I'm just gonna hold this up to the camera so that you can get a better glimpse at it, and for those who are fast forwarding, they can know where to stop. This is your crystal for today. I'm gonna put this off to the side. Keep that there. All right, let's dive in. Hold these off. I'm gonna start with the tarot cards first, and then work our way into our oracle cards. So the very first card we have is the Four of Wands in reverse. So let me bring that up a little bit too. And I do apologize ahead of time, but my fingers are kind of crazy. I was eating hot Cheetos and I tried to scrub, and the hot Cheeto fingers did not go away, so sorry in advance for that. Our next card is the Knight of Swords, upright. And our next tarot card is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Also, if you hear me clearing my throat a little bit, I do have allergies today and it is driving me crazy, so bear with me. All right, so let's get started. We have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Swords upright, and the King of Cups in reverse. So it looks like we have some relationships going on that are in a little bit of a shakeup, a little bit of turmoil, where we are kind of using our words to negatively impact those relationships. These relationships can be romantic, family relationships, friendships, and even our coworkers. I'm getting for a few of the people watching that you're kind of talking smack to your coworker, or kind of just fed up with them, and instead of being patient or understanding, you're kind of just lashing out recklessly with your words at them. And a lot of this has to do with being heard, having a past where you've let your feelings kind of dictate your life, and it kind of just led you into some bad spots. So you're hiding a lot of your emotions or your more understanding side, and using your words to kind of self-sabotage your relationships. This is spirit kind of telling you, hey, can we let's turn this one around. Use your words kindly and bring this one upright, so that you can reflect your true self. I'm just gonna move these up because we're gonna need some room for our other cards. So let's go on with the next two cards. So the next two in the pile, I'm gonna flip these over so it's easier for me to grab. You can't see that, that's off camera, sorry. These next two cards are gonna be what we need to work with within our shadow self, major areas of improvement that are needed in our life. So the first one that we're gonna use is from the Dark Mirror Oracle. And for you, I'm showing hiding your true self. Ignore the glare. I have a vanity light over here, and so there's some bulbs kind of shining through on the cards, so I apologize for that. Hiding your true self. There's something about yourself that you're either ashamed of or feel like you're gonna be judged about by others. Looks like you've been hurt in the past for kind of revealing who you truly are, and it was kind of a little bit much for people to understand. So you kind of just went into yourself and decided to show a different side, or maybe the side that's not really you. And that goes again with the Knight of Cups in reverse, kind of suppressing your emotions and just kind of using your words to lash out against other people. This is spirit telling you that it's time to kind of come out of your shell and be the true version of yourself. Even if, other people have a problem with it, it's so what? Get over it, kind of is what they're trying to say. Sometimes there's some harsh tough love from Spirit, and this is one of those times, especially with the Dark Mirror Oracle, they're really going to expose the parts of us that we really need to work on. And for pile number 1, it looks like there might be some Gemini energy too. If you are a Gemini, perhaps you're showing one side of your Gemini self way over the other, and it's time to allow that other side of yourself to shine. The next card is from this deck is Haunted card. It just released from Kickstarter. Excuse me. I'm gonna link down below all of the decks that I use in case you're curious. So Spirit is saying, oh my goodness, Spirit is saying, are you going to continue on in the same path, or are you going to decide to kind of veer off and try and work on something different? Do you still want to be this person? Are you comfortable being this person? Is this person going to be the one who succeeds in 2021? So are you going to keep going down that same path, or are you going to try to, you know, be who you truly are and veer off course into a new aspect of your personality, a new aspect of your behavior, and maybe go down a more successful path? Next we have Ginger Power, Ginger/Power. This is from the Witch's Kitchen Oracle deck. So when I use this deck for my clients, I like to tell them that whatever spice comes up or ingredient that comes up on the card, it's really important to maybe try and include that into your diet and use that for quote-unquote spell work. So I know ginger is an acquired taste, not everybody likes it, but if you maybe can cover it up in like a really sugary cookie or some gingerbread, or mix it up in your tea just a little bit and start manifesting on the key word in the deck. For you, it is power. So Spirit is telling you that there's some untapped power that you have that you're unwilling to bring to the surface. Again, this goes into hiding your true self. You're not going to the full potential of what you have. There's leadership, there's entrepreneurship. That's a hard word to say for me. You're a badass and you're kind of suppressing your power that you have to move forward and be a better version of yourself. So let's try and embrace this and kind of be a leader, come to the forefront of, if it's your job, if it's your relationships with your family, your friends, or your significant other. It's time to kind of take control. Let me try not to burn my cards with the candle. Okay. Next, we have astrology. Now, astrology is going to play a huge part in your development in 2021. So Spirit is asking you to do a little bit of studying. I hope I can remember to include in the description box below some beginner-friendly astrology books. For those who may not be familiar with it. For those of you who are familiar with astrology, they're asking you to kind of look at your chart, look at what's going on in 2021, and start developing your plan for success for 2021 based on astrological factors. Next, we have the Mouse Spirit. Tend to the small things. So with the energy that we're getting into this reading, it looks like there's not only a lot of suppression going on, kind of hiding, again, your true self, but we're only focusing on grand things and leaving all the little things to the side. So if you're in a relationship and you're more worried about the over-the-top dates kind of thing, or let me spoil her with riches, or him, let's start looking at maybe the more tender things. Are you spending time with your significant other? When you go to the grocery store, I know for me, when my significant other goes to the grocery store, he comes back with a Snickers and doesn't bring me one. I'm gonna be like, what the hell? Do you live here alone? Things like that, like little things like that is important to pay attention to. Also, in your career, pay attention if there's people around you that are maybe overlooked, This might be a time for you to kind of collaborate with those, because they might also be experiencing some of that untapped power that we're seeing over here with Ginger. Okay. Council of Light. We have, it says divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So if you take a look at this picture, we have a person in the middle, surrounded completely by their spirit team. These are all, we've got Jesus, Buddha, I think that's Gandhi there, Virgin Mary, and so on, kind of just like hanging out with each other and kind of collaborating together. This is not only talking about reaching out to those like-minded in whatever situation you feel like 2021 is going to be the hardest hit for you, whether it be career, family, or even just like hobbies. Like, you have a spirit team behind you that are like screaming at you, but you're not opening your ears to hear them. So again, we go back to the astrology. Astrology is going to play a major part in your planning. It is also important not to forget who's around you, your ancestors, your angels, your guides, that just want to help you, and they're ready to help you, and it's just a matter of you reaching out to them and kind of getting advice from them too. Next we have wise leader. Oh wow, okay, we're seeing a pattern. You are being called, obviously, to be a leader, but not just any leader. It says wise leader. So again, use your words for good. Be your true self. Change the path that you're on and come into your power. Organize yourself with the astrological signs. Pay attention to the little things. Reach out to people. All of that together is culminating to this card, is be a wise leader. Now, I know there's this like little indigenous element here to it, but for me, that looks like a snitch from Harry Potter. So, I mean, come out with your Gryffindor spirit, for those of you who are book nerds like me. Come out, be the light, be the one holding this light, be the one protecting others, and just hold strong. Put your back up straight. You are a beacon for others. Be that leader that others need you to be. All right, now we have like honey. This is such a beautiful card. It says sex, intimacy, and pleasure. So there's a lot of work hard energy here, but this is reminding you to also not to forget to play hard. It's important for us, again, not to forget about the little things, the small things. And of course, everybody likes this aspect of life, and it's important not to kind of like push it forward and crush it out. It's important for you to also work hard and play hard. Wow. Can we say pattern? Lead with joy. Okay, so it says to be a wise leader here, but it also says to have some kind of fun in your life. Now, this is, excuse the background, those are my dogs. It says to lead with joy. So while you're leading, do not forget that yes, you have a responsibility to others, but you also have a responsibility to yourself to keep yourself happy. If you're not happy, nobody's going to be happy, and that stuff is going to just trickle down to everybody underneath you. So make sure that when you're leading, you lead with joy and you do what it is that you want to do, not what you feel obligated to. Then we have the romance oracle. Now this could mean romance and relationships, romantic relationships, but for a lot of you, I'm gonna say and point out that this can also be career relationships and kind of like partnerships in business. This could be the one. Let me bring it up closer. You already met the romantic partner you seek. Now I'm gonna lead this out with, do not go back to your ex. This does not mean, hey, let's try again. No, absolutely not. This just means that there is someone from your past or your recent history who you have met, but nothing has happened, and you might have a potential for reconnection. You might have known them in school, college. You might have known them at a different employer, a place of employment. But this can also mean like friendship. So somebody that maybe in the past you weren't really cool with, you might actually find you have more in common than you thought. And lastly, we have this card from the Personal Power Oracle deck. And this is the card that is going to represent what you need to remind yourself of every day. So this one says, I am good enough. So what I'm going to want you to do for every day of 2021, and honestly for the rest of your life, look in the mirror and say, I am good enough. There seems to be a lot of self-doubt and self-deprecation, and we're being very mean to ourselves. So for pile 1, every day, take a second out of your day, look in the mirror, and even on the days when you don't believe it, are pissed off, sad, say this to yourself, because that's when you're actually going to need it the most. And that concludes pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have rose quartz. I'm just going to hold this up for a minute for those who are fast forwarding and kind of want to get to their crystal. Let's bring this up. Oh, so beautiful. I love it. All right, let's put this off to the side. If it will cooperate, that'd be great. All right, like I said in pile 1, just ask for you to forgive me a little bit. I am suffering from allergies, so my voice might be coming in and out. Also, I tried to record this like 10 times yesterday, and my phone kept dying. So I apologize in advance. Also, I have some hot Cheeto fingers. I tried to scrub it out, and there are still red spots on my fingers, so I am so sorry if you see that on camera. A little embarrassing, but gotta get it done. All right, let's dive right in. We have the tarot cards first, which are the 3 of Cups. Try and get my finger out of the way. Okay. Next, we have the 10 of Swords. I'm actually going to flip this sideways so that you can get a glimpse at what it says on here. Okay. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. All right, so it looks like for the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, you might be socializing more. You might have more friendships coming into your circle, whether it's out and about or through Zoom and FaceTime, because of the pandemic. You are gonna end up socializing more. This doesn't always necessarily mean new friendships. It might be old friendships that you are rekindling or kind of just spending more time with. This can be your cousins, your family, but there's going to be a little bit more socializing. What we need to be careful of is that those people, or at least one of the people that you are beginning to socialize with, is having a lot to say behind your back. I'm going to bring this up again. For those who are just kind of listening, it says it's a girl looking at social media and people are talking crap about her. It says, trash, you're just crazy, shut up, stop boring me, stupid and so ugly, you can't do anything, why are you so lazy, worthless, you'll never get it. And that's just people who are freaking hating on you. And ignore that shit, like 100%. Haters are always going to hate. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like you. I mean, sadly. But whatever. We need to be careful, though, that we don't fall into this trap of getting depressed and letting that inside and internally bringing us down. You're happy, don't let them bring you down. Next, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is showing that, we've got some work to do. We're gonna be kind of slaving away at our jobs, which is a good thing. I mean, 2020 was hard for a lot of people. So if you have a job and you have the ability to work, awesome. You're gonna start seeing growth real soon. If not middle of 2021, at the end of 2021, your success is gonna pay off. For others, I'm just going to go off the depiction on this particular card for this deck, is a man working out. So a lot of us are going to have fitness goals, as we normally do for New Year's resolutions. this is exciting. You know, you're motivated. It's important to start or to keep motivated for all of 2021. We don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen any year, but because there's been a lot of ups and downs, at least in the US with the government and then worldwide with the pandemic, it's important not to let any kind of distractions get in the way. We've kind of been through a lot in 2020, and I think that is going to prepare us for 2021 so that we can stay strong and have like a set routine. So let's keep those routines in place. Next, at least for the next two cards, I'm going to dive into shadow selves and really important aspects of your life that you need to work with. So the first one is artificial heart, and I'm going to try and get closer. If you look, this person's like a robot, has green eyes, a lot of cold colors. And what this is saying for those of you who picked pile 2, sorry, there's a lot of coldness in your heart. What happened to you? What happened to you? I'm sorry, that came out wrong. What happened to make you cold? What made you go from like happy-go-lucky to just whatever, not trying to be emotional in any way, kind of not giving a crap about anything, not letting one really into your life to get close to you? You're standoffish. It's like someone really hurt you, and it has you retreating into yourself and kind of being an ice queen. It is very important to work on shedding this type of behavior for 2021. It's not going to do you any good, and it might have to do a little bit with what's going on here with the Ten of Swords. You might have been trusting with a friend or a family member, and they might have backstabbed you and turned you into this. It's important that if you cannot avoid this, and this I'm feeling is easily avoidable now that you are kind of made aware that this is going to happen, or it has a lot of possibility to happen, it's easy for you to kind of ignore this. But if for whatever reason this hits you really hard, this is what your outcome is going to be. In Spirit saying, hey, don't let it, you know, again, people are always going to talk crap. It's up to you to decide how you're going to take that and how you're going to move on. Next we have, I'm trying to hold it differently. The ghost stories. And this is kind of like crap that you're telling yourself. Like, what are you talking to yourself about? You know, I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius energy from all of this. What are you talking crap about to yourself? Why are you being negative to yourself? There's again, it might go along with this, people talking crap about you, spreading rumors, spreading lies, and lighting that match to set fire. And it's important for you to like snuff that shit out, and quick. As soon as you start seeing something going down or start hearing things going on, nip that shit in the butt. All right. Next we have from the Witch's Kitchen Oracle. I'm trying to get it like angled right. Like I said in pile 1, I like to tell my clients whenever they get any kind of message from the Witch's Kitchen Oracle to really incorporate the ingredient that shows up on the card to manifest the message on the card. So for this one, it is garlic, and garlic is representing the repel. So this again goes to like artificial heart. Don't repel that shit. Like, snuff it out. Don't let it hurt you. This seems like to be one of the biggest challenges of your 2021 is allowing people to say bad things about you. Repel it. And what you can do if you don't like garlic, well, if you're allergic to garlic, obviously don't do this. Just kind of look at the card and manifest it through intention. But if you do like garlic, I mean, just start including it into your diet more. If you don't know how to work with garlic in the kitchen, please let me know. I absolutely will do a video to show you different recipes in which you can use garlic to try and manifest and do a little bit of spell work to manifest the intention of this card, which is repel. We want to repel haters from 2021. And also bad behaviors. Next we have the healing card, and this one is so beautiful. It's a woman kind of laying back, meditating. She's surrounded by crystals. She's wearing a crown of flowers, and if you look, there are a bunch of hands being laid all over her, and that's your spirit team reaching out to really begin the healing process. We have loved ones that have passed, we have other spirit guides, we have angels, and we have ancestors who are willing to help us recoup from major events in our lives. And it looks like there's an event in your life that you're gonna need healing from. So reach out, get some crystals, man. Not only are they beautiful, but they really do assist when you work with them and you invoke the power of the universe, and you invoke the power of your ancestors. It's a beautiful message. I love that. Next we have the turtle spirit, and it says slow and steady wins the race. So it looks like in 2021 you're gonna try and do too much too quickly, and it's important not to. You don't want to have like I'm getting like quantity over quality. So that's what I'm hearing. So if there is this that you're working on, this 8 of Pentacles, where you're kind of hustling, it's important to take it slow. Don't do too much too quickly, because you're gonna end up A, burning yourself out, and B, burning out whatever it is that you're trying to manifest financially. Also, what I like about this picture, if you look, this turtle has like an injured shell and he's still swimming. So this goes back to like being hurt with the 10 of Swords, feeling like, you know, whatever, I'm not trying to be dealing with anybody, and repelling and healing. So moving on. So even if you do fall into the trap and you do find yourself in these situations, you always can rise above. Like, just keep swimming. I love it. It's so beautiful. Alright, next we have Mintakan, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't know what the heck Mintakan means. I'm gonna have to look it up and put it in the description box down below. But it does say longing for home, belonging, the original Lightworkers. So that's can mean a ton of different things, but if you look, there's like a mermaid. Weird, right? There's a mermaid on the edge, and she's kind of looking out over the waters in the universe, and it looks like she feels a little bit lonely. Again, I'm getting the Sagittarius energy, real hardcore. So we have been in lockdown, have had to manage the way that we hang out with family because of the pandemic and trying to keep each other safe, and a lot of us might be alone in it, and we haven't been able to visit friends or family. So there is that sense that is going to continue for 2021. But this is telling you, take the moment, take advantage of the fact that you don't have those distractions anymore. As hard as it is to deal with, this is the perfect time for you to really put in focus into your work and your finances. So allow yourself to long for home and not feeling like you belong. That's totally okay. Allow those feelings in, but don't let it consume you, and then use this to go into this hard work. Next, we have passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Again, it's okay to be sad, but it's also important for you to find joy in what you're doing, and where you're at in your life. There's some things that we don't have control over of, but what we do have control over of is our own happiness. So enjoy life. Be joyful that you have a life to live. Like I said in pile 1, you know, it's important to work hard, but it's just equally as important to play hard, and this is exactly what it's telling you. Next, we have family matters / issues, values, and child wounds. Again, there's a longing for home, belonging, and things like that, healing. So for some of us, there have been some family issues that now need to be resolved. I'm hearing a lot of get the hell over it really loudly right now. So for some of you, it's time for us to start acting like adults. And yeah, sure, we're probably fighting with family, but it's important to reach out and try to resolve those issues. If, you know, your family does not, you know, want to resolve the issues, at least you can go to bed knowing that you tried and you made the attempt, and now it's on them to kind of figure out how to mend things. And again, this goes back to healing. If you're not going to get a response from your family, reach out to your ancestors and your spirit guides for that healing. There's family values. So for those of you who are with your family and quarantine together with your family, take this time to appreciate that you have them around. A lot of us before the pandemic were super busy, had no time for anybody but work, and, you know, just had very few time after work to spend with our families. So now that we have the extra time together, instead of going crazy like a lot of us are, it's time to take a step back and start realizing what a blessing this is. And then childhood wounds, again, going back to healing, repelling the stories you're telling yourself. It's time to start from new. For some of you, it's going to be important to forgive your family in order to move forward with yourself and or with your family. Okay. Next, we have the magpie spirit. Isn't this beautiful? And so the magpie spirit is talking about good news coming your way, either through an individual, like someone new coming your way, or a new opportunity. So because we have the Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting more of an financial opportunity of good news coming your way. But for some of you, because of family and the belonging, it might be someone coming your way to kind of fill that void that you have, and start the healing process with them as well. Now, this right here. I'm running out of space. Wait, I can put you over here. All right. Next we have release your ex. Yes. The time has come to clear your energy. I was just talking about someone new, didn't I? Stop texting your ex. Stop communicating with them. I think this card is super hilarious because she's so devastated. Oh my god. But also, she's an angel, so it might be your spirit guides being like, will this girl stop? They're so done with your shit. It's time for you to stop what you're doing. There's a reason you guys aren't together. Stop trying to force it. Let that shit go. It's time to clear your energy. Again, clear, heal, move on to someone or something new. Don't be this dramatic, please. Tell me. It's that sad energy. Okay. And the last card is what I want. And by I mean spirit, obviously. What we want you to do is, for every day when you wake up, the first thing you need to do is look in the mirror and start telling yourself positive things. Again, you have ghost stories here and this feeling of just being whatever with people. Stop talking negatively to yourself. Jesus. Stop talking negatively to yourself and start talking positively. Look in the mirror and say, I am divinely guided. Let that spirit energy flow through you. Let them guide you. Again, reach out to them. They're there to help you. And start saying positive things in the mirror, even if it's 1 or 2 minutes, even if you feel silly, and especially on the days when you feel like shit, sad, angry. Just know that you're on the right path and that you are being guided. So that is all for pile 2. Pile number 3. Hello, welcome. I'm going to bring up the Amazonite for those who are fast forwarding and want to stop in the right spot. Alright, and I'm just going to put this off to the side. Alright, I said this in pile 1 and pile 2, and for those who are watching all the way through, sorry for the repetitiveness, but I need to apologize in advance if you hear me like now clearing my throat. I am suffering from allergies and losing my voice a little bit, but the show must go on. Also, so sorry for my Cheeto fingers. I ate Cheetos without thinking, and have scrubbed and scrubbed, and it will not go away, but we still have to work. So let's go ahead and bring this out. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the tarot cards. So for pile 3, we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Devil. Don't freak out. And we have the Hanged Man. So 2 major arcana for you guys. Oh, excuse me. All right, so for pile 3, it looks like we have some, oh God, there's a few different ways we can do this. For some of you, you're gonna have some new creative opportunities. You're gonna have, for those who like to draw, you're gonna be able to start manifesting that as a career. For those of you writing a book, you're gonna finish it. For those who are stuck with writer's block, you're gonna get the idea. For those who are musical, now is the time for the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021 to start making that something that you work on every day. All right, for those of you who are not as creative, the Ace of Wands is kind of my, and excuse my language, my fuckboy card. So for those of men that are watching, it's very important not to be messing around, not to be trying to be slick with women and be talking to, 5-6 different people and sending good morning texts to 7 women at the same time. Please scale that back. You're only going to get yourself into some major trouble. For the people watching who are in relationships or who are starting something new, be careful. If you have a gut intuition about the person that you're with, it doesn't have to be a guy, it could be a guy or a girl, fuck boy, fuck girl, whatever. It sounds really nasty, I'm so sorry. It is important for you to keep your eyes open, take off those rose-colored glasses. Ladies especially, we like to make excuses for our significant others. Please don't do that. Please let this be an opportunity for you to grow and not something that you end up being stuck on and becoming an addiction, which is what we have next with the Devil. This is any kind of addiction. It could be romantic addiction. It could be drugs, alcohol. You could be addicted to work. You could be addicted to just about anything. There is something that is taking up way too much of your time and is severely unhealthy. It's time to break these chains. It's time to move forward. You have the opportunity to do this in early 2021. So this is also talking about organizing your life in a cleansing way. So what is it that you need? Is your house dirty? Have you been looking around and kind of saying, fuck it, I don't got anything to do anyway, nobody's coming over, I'm just gonna have a dirty house? No, you need to clean. You need to get your yourself in a good headspace, an emotionally stable place. And with the Devil card, and I'm feeling a lot of like early 2021 with this. If you can overcome these addictions or these bad habits that you're currently facing, you have the opportunity to come up and above and move on to something new. Now we have the Hanged Man, and I love the way that it's depicted in this tarot deck, and this is the Cosmic Cycles Tarot. This person is kind of literally just hanging off a cliff. But it's a lot about perspective. The sun is rising. I'm assuming it's rising, maybe it's setting, I don't know. But it looks like the sun is rising to me, at least. And he's kind of just looking over the horizon. There's something new coming your way. It's time for you to change your perspective on things and allow yourself the new opportunity to be successful. But you're only going to do that when you cut the shit. So this is kind of a reality check from Spirit, a little bit more harsh than pile 1 and pile 2, but very necessary because 2021 is a huge year for you. So Spirit is kind of telling you, hey, let's break these chains, let's do something new. Get up, get out. All right, the next 2 cards are kind of like to work on your shadow self, the things that you need to work on the most. You have the child that was meant to be. So for those of you who are doing these creative endeavors, go back to childlike behavior. What is it that you enjoyed as a kid? What is it that used to bring you joy before kind of the world brought you down? For others, this might be new opportunities, a new child coming into your life, whether it is adoptive, whether if it's a little brother, sister, whether you're giving birth to a new child. This is not me saying that you're going to be pregnant, but if you are already, you already know that a child is coming to your life, or when this child comes into your life in 2021, it's important for you to really give this child attention. They're going to need you. But mostly this is talking about your inner child, and start connecting to your inner child and not being so stuffy. Remember why you were happy as a kid and bring that to your adulthood. Next we have pentagram. Now this is talking about knowledge, power, wisdom, things of that sort. It's nothing to be afraid of. I know some people see the pentagram and freak out. Do not freak out. There's nothing to be freaked out about. This is asking you to really tap into your wisdom. For those who have new opportunities that are not creative, maybe it's time for us to go back to school, learn something new, or maybe if there was something creative that you've always wanted to learn and you never have, now is the opportunity or the time for you to take it. We're still in a pandemic. We're still going to be locked behind doors for a while, so go on YouTube University, figure something, learn something new. This is also coming into your power. So you have the power, you have the ability to be more, but you're kind of trapped in this bad behavior and kind of bad habits. It's telling you when you come out of this, you're going to come into your own power. All right, next we have eucalyptus. So the reason you might be dealing with the devil card with the bad habits and being kind of stuck in chains is because you've been overwhelmed in the past, and it's just come to a breaking point. Maybe just 2020 as a whole just has you down. You're bummed because life isn't as it usually is. This is telling you it's time to take a breather, and this does not mean to get yourself overwhelmed. This means to kind of relax. Now, when I have readings with my clients and I use the Witch's Kitchen Oracle, I like to tell them to incorporate, the ingredient that shows up on the card in order to manifest the description on the bottom. So for this one, it is eucalyptus, and let me tell you something. This has helped me a lot in 2021. Eucalyptus is amazing. So if you can incorporate this somehow, either put it in your vaporizer, put it in oil diffuser, light some eucalyptus candles, take a eucalyptus soap, what's it called? Salt bath. That might also help you to relax. You need to breathe. You need to kind of just let it in and then release it. It's a lot of overwhelming energy here, a lot of stuck energy. Oh, here we go. Look at the next card. It says release, let it go. Those overwhelming thoughts. It's like I'm psychic or something. It's this overwhelming thoughts. It's you're doing too much. You're in your own head. You need to stop. Look up and look out. I'm feeling a lot of I'm getting messages of like going outdoors. Now I know for a lot of us it's cold outside now. Who cares? Put on your jacket, take a walk around the block, and kind of let yourself look outside, be outside, and be a little bit less overwhelmed. You need to find something. Again, you have some creative endeavors, maybe a hobby. It doesn't necessarily have to be a career. It could be a hobby that lets you get outside of your head. Next we have the rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. So, ooh, there's little baby rabbits in there too. So cute. So again, we were talking about child earlier. So for some of you, you might be expecting in 2021. And you weren't thinking you were expecting. Surprise. There you go. But for others, it's a lucky time, meaning like this is the opportunity, this is the perfect time for you to start something creative. Again, with the Ace of Wands and then the pentagram with the knowledge and coming into your inner child, letting go of past issues. Now's the time to really kind of manifest those goals that you have, so that at the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, you can start reaping the rewards of your new better habits. Someone might be having a baby. All right, next we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. Oh, sorry, that was off camera. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. So again, this is dropping these old bad habits, changing your perspective, coming back to your inner child, getting that wisdom, that power, that knowledge, taking the time to just relax and breathe, releasing those overwhelming issues that have you stuck. Now is the lucky time. This is a new beginning. I'm feeling really, really hardcore meditating and reaching out to your spirit guides. I know Pile 1 and Pile 2 also had that one. Again, it's your lucky time. It's time to wake up. It's time to change. It's time to clean that house. It's time to spend more time with the family and be happy with what you have instead of focusing on the negative. Now we have in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. So it looks like in mid 2021 and at the end of 2021, things are going to start getting easier for you because you've broken chains and you've started new. So you just kind of ride that energetic flow that you have here in the awakening card. And if you look, there's like snow and it looks like Santa's kid on a sleigh. So maybe the holidays of 2021 or maybe even the holidays of 2020, things are going to start looking up. Next, we have balancing act. Balance, giving and taking, and priorities. So it looks like Spirit is saying a lot of the same thing. It's starting to get a little bit repetitive. But prioritize your life. Do not overwhelm yourself. Do one thing at a time, one thing a day, even in the beginning to start. Write yourself a to-do list and just start knocking them off one by one without overwhelming yourself and getting back to old habits. Old bad habits. All right. Ooh, sorry. Again, off camera. We have the Shaman card. Now, Shaman is not only a beautiful card, but it's also talking about having strong intuitive powers. Once you start breaking these chains and learning to meditate and breathe, it looks like Spirit is going to start speaking loudly to you, or maybe not so much that as much as you being able to hear them because you've broken the chains, but you're going to have strong intuitive powers coming your way, and it's important that you use them for good, for healing, not only healing yourself, but perhaps even healing others. For some of you watching, you might be, getting into divination. You might be learning tarot or any kind of divination, and you might want to pursue being a tarot reader for others, and that's cool, but you need to really, really study, get that knowledge. You need to embrace and release old bad habits in order to be able to use them well with the Shaman card. Okay, now we have engagement. Let me get that closer. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Ooh, that's awesome. So it looks like once you do the work, you're going to reap the rewards. So once you get yourself in a better headspace and emotional space, you're going to put yourself in a place where people want to hang out with you, want to be with you, really want to commit to you, and or you're going to find that you're going to want to commit to the right people. Now, this is a romance oracle, so this is mostly talking about romantic relationships, but this can also mean partnerships and friendships. So people who may be acquaintances might become really, really good, trusting friends and almost like family. But this, oh my God, I'm so sorry for the dogs in the background. This also might mean for career purposes, that people who were looking out at you that weren't really committed to giving you a promotion might be deciding to give you a promotion in the future. Okay, and this last card is the card that I want you to be saying every single day for the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, and it is I surrender. It is important to let go and stop controlling things. Stop assuming things need to be one way, and when they turn out another way you get upset. That's the kind of where you are right now with this Devil card. It's time for you to change your perspective, like the Hangman suggests. Look out over the horizon, but really take a breather. Trust that spirit has your back again with the Shaman card, and really just let life flow. Don't we have that here? Yeah, in the flow. Let life just flow. Stop forcing it to be one way and getting mad when it doesn't turn out to be that way, because the universe has better plans for you, and they know what you need, and what you want isn't always what you need. So on the days when you feel sad, on the days you feel angry, in the days you feel happy, you need to look into the mirror and say nice things to you, and one of them needs to be I surrender, and being okay with that. So that is what we have for pile 3. Thank you everybody who took the time to spend with me in this pick a card pile, for all the amethysts around there, for all the rose quartz people, and for all the amazonite people who stuck around for the reading. I really appreciate it. I hope you got some messages, some good messages out of this, and can have the best version of yourself for the end of 2020 and 2021 and all years moving forward. Please describe down below what your favorite part of your reading was, which crystal you decided to go with, and if I was on point, or maybe if I was way off base. Also, any suggestions for future pick-up piles, if you can leave it in the comments section below, I'd really appreciate it. But thank you so much for spending time with me, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye!